Approximately 3 days ago, I bought a new phone, the Realme one, and it didn't strike me that I should make a custom review of it at first, but after I realized I couldn't leave it on Amazon, I thought why not just do it now for YouTube. And I think it's stupid that Amazon isn't letting you review it even though you bought the phone. Yeah, so let's continue with this review. Okay, now the first impressions I had when receiving this phone was that the build quality was solid. Even though it wasn't metal and just plastic with a glossy back, I felt like if I dropped the phone, nothing really major would happen to it, and I know that now because I have dropped it in the last 3 days now owning this phone. But yeah, overall build quality is pretty solid. The diamond pattern on the diamond black version of this phone is pretty eye-catching, I'd say, but sadly you're only going to notice it like 10% of the time, because you would probably be using a cover with this, because the back of this phone is actually a fingerprint magnet, and sadly unless you're carrying a cloth with you all the time, it's not going to look that pretty. Moving on to some good news, they do include a cover and a screen guard in the box, which is great value for your money anyways, because it's free. And yeah, all I have to say is the cover does its job. It's not the fanciest one, but it's a decent silicone one, transparent, and if you keep it clean, you can see the diamond black pattern on the back of the phone. In my experience, the screen guard is pretty cheap. It's very soft, so it's susceptible to even the lightest of scratches, which is a bad thing. And I can see a normal customer needing to replace this within a month or two because of how many minor scratches are actually on the screen guard. But besides that, overall pretty good first impressions. Okay, so performance wise, I'd say that this phone is basically second to none at this price, because it handles even the most demanding games like PUBG very well. When I first opened PUBG, I believe it started with medium settings by default, and that was the balanced graphic setting, and overall it didn't lag. Just make sure your ping is good and you'll be good to go too. Probably the best thing about this phone is that it has 6 GB of RAM, meaning you can keep multiple games open or multiple apps open and none of them will close, because there's enough memory in this phone to keep them all open at the same time. Okay guys, so I found that the camera on this phone is to be pretty average. In daily use, in good daylight, images are pretty sharp out of the rear camera. Colors are really good. Surprisingly, it's quite color accurate. Slightly exposed more than it should be, but maybe that's for the better. The moment you start to take this phone in low light, you'll notice that there's a lot of noise introduced into the pictures, and the overall image is really soft. So yeah, pretty average performance out of the rear camera. And it's a similar story for the front camera. I found that in good lighting conditions, selfies were pretty sharp. They were decently exposed, colors were pretty good, but unfortunately the moment you take it into low light, images just fall apart. There's too much noise in the picture, the image is way too soft, and overall I'd say the selfies are not really that postable, you know. It's not Instagram worthy if you take it in low light, so don't expect to get amazing pictures out of this device. Okay, now I'd just like to say a couple things about this phone that I really like. The first thing being the face unlock, because the face unlock on this phone is really stellar. It's reliable, it's accurate, and it's fast. Everything a security unlocking system should be, right? And it's so fast, in fact, that you'll probably just skip the notification tray every time you pick up this phone. And to counter that, Oppo actually includes a setting to unlock straight to the notification tray rather than the home screen, which is a admittedly useful feature right now on this phone because it's so fast unlocking. And I'd say this almost makes up for the fact that there's no fingerprint sensor on the back, unfortunately, because I guess that must have been another cost-cutting measure for this phone, but you really don't miss it because of how fast and how accurate this face unlock is. Probably the second best thing about this phone is the battery life. In my experience, I just found that the 3400 mAh battery just worked. I mean, it worked the whole day, and Even if I was just watching YouTube for hours or playing a game for like an hour or browsing social media, it will last the whole day, and I haven't really experienced anything like that because I'm coming from an iPhone, and iPhones have really bad battery life. So compared to that, this is a godsend, and I have no complaints in terms of battery. I did test out how fast the battery charged from 5% to 95%, and it takes like an hour and 45 minutes from 5 to 95, and I think that's a pretty good time, and that's with the charger included in the box, not a fast charger that I used from somewhere else. I believe they do include a fast charger in the box, so that's pretty good. I'll have to double check that though. Okay, so the last thing I'd like to mention about this phone before I go is that the audio in this device is actually really good. Not just the speakers. I mean, the speakers are decently loud. They're louder than most actually, but they can be cut quite easily because it's just a down-firing speaker. But really what impressed me was the auxiliary jack, because audio out of that was really loud, louder than most in my opinion, and really good sound quality from that. So listening to music, playing games with headphones, it's going to be a lot better on this device than another cheap device. So props to Realme for that. Okay guys, so this is like the third time I'm filming my outro. All I want to say is, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. I don't always make videos like this. In fact, I never make videos like these. I usually make vlogs, so if you want to check out vlogs about Gore, please check out the other videos on my channel. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Peace.